The center court at the Stuttgart Open is filled to the rafters, not just with spectators, but with anticipation. Because this isn't your ordinary semifinal, this is Ben Shelton versus Alexander Zverev, a showdown between two players from different generations with opposing styles and personalities. It's the kind of matchup that ignites controversy, sparks debate, and leaves everyone guessing. Who has the upper hand here? The powerful, aggressive lefty who's threatening to become the future face of men's tennis? Or the veteran German warrior, a former world number 2, who has fought back from injuries, doubts, and disappointments? This match is more than a simple clay court showdown. It's a battle for prestige, momentum, and a place in the final, with a dramatic storyline tying it all together. So let's break it down in detail, because when we do, we find a matchup rich in controversy, rich in data, and rich in potential upsets. The two have met just once previously. It's decayed at the 2024 Cincinnati Masters, where Zverev defeated Shelton in a tight, hard-fought match. The scoreline, 3-6, 7-6, 3, 7-5, tells us immediately it was close. It wasn't domination. It wasn't a comfortable win. It was a battle, a match decided by a handful of points. This matters because it highlights two things. Czech Zverev has a psychological edge. He came from a set down to win their first meeting, a huge confidence boost in future matchups. Shelton pushed Zverev all the way. His powerful serve kept him in contention against a veteran who typically dominates players outside the top 10. This small sample underscores the controversy-rich narrative here. It shows we shouldn't be surprised if this match hangs on just a few key points. A tiebreak here, a break of serve there, adding a dramatic anybody's match feeling to their showdown in Stuttgart. Left-handed with a massive serve, averaging 135 to 143 miles per hour first serves on grass, making him hard to break. His aggressive baseline game, combined with a willingness to move forward, lets him shorten points and dictate rallies. His serve plus one tactic is Galib, serve hard, then attack immediately. Wakes plays exceptionally well on grass. Alexander Zverev, naturally more comfortable from the baseline, Zverev prefers to control rallies from deep in the court. His two-handed backhand is a huge asset. It's powerful, precise, and hard to attack. His first serve, upwards of 135 miles per hour, is strong, but it's his ability to absorb pressure and prolong points that often makes him tough to put away. This matchup highlights a classic contrast of styles. Shelton will try to keep points short, serving big and following it with explosive ground strokes or net rushes. Zverev will aim to draw him into baseline exchanges, extending rallies, forcing Shelton into errors. Meanwhile, the controversy lies in whether Zverev can handle the pressure of a big serving lefty on grass, a surface where first serve matters more and rallies are typically shorter. Some say Zverev's return, normally a strong point, might be vulnerable against a left-hander with a powerful serve, adding an element of danger to Zverev's typically patient baseline approach. When we match their grass court resumes side by side, Zverev undeniably has more experience and a track record to back him up. He's a two-time Wimbledon semifinalist, 2021, 2024, and has numerous wins on grass against tough opponents. Meanwhile, Shelton is a newcomer on this surface. He made it to the third round of Wimbledon 2024, which was a breakthrough, but it's a small sample size. This lack of experience is a double-edged sword. It means Zverev might exploit weak movement or poor shot selection under pressure, but it also means Shelton plays without a script, without many bad grass court habits, making him unpredictable and hard to read. This novelty could be a huge advantage in a match that hangs on tiny margins. Zverev may find it tough to find a rhythm against a lefty who plays first strike, aggressive tennis, a style not many players have faced frequently on grass, adding to the controversy-rich narrative. This match, at its core, will come down to tiny margins, a handful of points here and there. Things like first serve percentages under pressure conversion of break points. Zverev converts about 40% on average, while Shelton converts nearly 45%. Tiebreak prowess? Zverev has won nearly 60% of his tiebreaks in 2025, while Shelton, with his powerful serve, is a tough man to break under pressure, having a nearly 65% tiebreak win rate. Additionally, controversy is likely to arise from close calls, a serve called in or out by millimeters, a questionable line call, adding dramatic texture to a match that promises to be decided by tiny margins. Picture this scenario. It's 6-6 in the final set, tiebreak. Zverev has match point on his serve. Shelton plays a perfect return, a return barely touching the baseline, forcing Zverev into a weak shot. Suddenly, momentum swings, controversy over whether the ball clipped the baseline. This is the kind of moment we may well see. A match decided by millimeter margins, adding to the controversy-rich story we're trying to tell. So, who will come out on top? This matchup is a true 50-50, a battle of power versus patience, future versus veteran. Using the data we have, Zverev's greater grass court experience, his ability to absorb pressure, and a 1-0 head-to-head lead, we might say Zverev has a slight edge, but it's a tiny edge. We're talking 55% Zverev, 45% Shelton, which highlights just how close this match is. My final prediction, Zverev wins in 3 sets, 6-4, 3-6, 7-6, 7-5, after a dramatic showdown filled with controversy, big serves, close calls, and momentum swings. The match will be decided by Zverev's ability to stay calm under pressure and raise his level at key points, a veteran's resolve against a young contender's aggression. This result highlights Zverev's maturity and adaptability while affirming Shelton's future as a superstar in the making, someone who, on a different day, might easily win the match himself. Final takeaway. This match isn't just about a place in the final, it's about a showdown between generations, a test of power versus patience, a dramatic match rich in controversy, close calls, and tiny margins. It's the kind of matchup we love in tennis because it highlights everything we find exhilarating about the sport: the human will battling against pressure, the raw aggression meeting icy discipline, all on the greatest stage a 250 event can provide. This isn't just another match, it's a showdown that promises pure, raw entertainment from start to finish. Picture 2 players with opposing styles, different journeys, and something to prove. Ben Shelton, the young left-handed powerhouse, is trying to break through against a veteran in Zverev who has tasted the greatest heights in the sport, but is battling back from injury and controversy. This match encapsulates a classic new versus established narrative, a showdown for future supremacy, which makes it worth your time. It's not just about who wins, it's about how they win. Every point will be a battle, from thunderous aces to delicate drop shots, from explosive baseline rallies to dramatic net exchanges. The contrast in their games guarantees a match rich in highlights and momentum swings. On one moment, Zverev might be grinding his opponent down with deep, heavy ground strokes. The next, Shelton could light up the court with a 140-mile-per-hour serve or a jaw-dropping winner on the run. The controversy, tiny margins, and psychological pressure adding to the matchup make it a must-watch for any tennis lover. A match like this highlights what's so captivating about the sport: the human will